All right, you guys. So welcome to our yearly vision board event. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. I actually took my Invisalign out so I won't slur my words during this. I literally was like, I'm taking them out because I don't be like tripping over my words. So everybody, thank you so much for being a part of this. I know many people will end up watching the recording, and I will always run this group every single year because I see so many people doing these vision boards with their posters and putting financial freedom, and I want to spend more time with my husband, and I want to be able to travel more, and I want to be able to, but there's like no direction on how to get to those things. So this vision board is going to be very different than anything you've ever been a part of, and the fact that I want you still to create a vision board. And you know, it's actually really funny, I'm gonna admit out loud, I actually don't usually create vision boards, but I create multiple things to make my vision happen. But I'm gonna actually make a vision board this weekend with my girls, and we're gonna have fun printing things off the internet, and we're gonna be making an actual board together. Yeah. And I want you guys to do the same, and I want us to share. But what I want to do more than anything is, as you create that board, and I know Vanessa already did one, which was so beautiful, girl. You did such a great job. I want this call to be about how are we going to make those visions happen. Anybody excited for that? You sit there and you're like, you want to have more energy. You know you want the body. You know you want to travel. You know you want more finances. You know that you want to be more positive. You know that you want to be able to spend more time with your family. But how do we get there, right? So as we lay all these things out on our vision board, I want us to share in our team page, in our challenge groups, in our life-changing groups and everything. As you do them, I want them to be a part of your journey. So I want you to share these very openly in our groups and have so much fun with it, okay? But what I want to do is break it down. So I actually, honestly, you guys, have so many tools that I use to create my vision for the year. And I really found that once I actually went into the deeper aspects, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly goals, I was able to make these visions come to life. Because when I woke up every single day, I would look at this and know exactly where I'm going, versus looking at this great vision board that we created and then we're like, now what, right? I don't know if any of you guys ever felt that way, and feel free to ask any comments in the comment area. But totally low key, I want you guys to be able to chat back and forth. I want you to share maybe some visuals that you've used. I'm going to share where I actually bought all of my things, but I want you to get creative. And I want you to go out this weekend or this next week and not necessarily do what I did, but maybe find something super similar that works for you, okay? So I am going to, let's see. Am I not? Oh, no, I'm not muted. I'm trying to move us around. Okay, there is one person. Diana Hall, if you get a chance to mute your, I think there was one, I can't mute the one. It's like you've got two different ones going. But what I'm going to do, yeah, it won't let me just do just the one. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share everything I share with you guys in our private groups. So don't feel like you've got to take pictures of the things I'm sharing with you. You can take notes, you can ask questions, but I think sometimes when I share these on these Zoom calls, it's really hard to be able to see everything super clear, and I will take pictures and share the tools in the life-changing groups. So first of all, this is something that I bought at Hobby Lobby. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen this before. So this is an actual picture frame. So this is a picture frame where I literally added a picture of my family and the three things, and again, I'm going to share this in the group with you guys, but the three areas of my life that I have to make a commitment. I'm going to mute you guys as you guys are jumping on. So mute your lines if you guys get on how I'm going to hit my larger goal. So here are some of my goals I want to share out loud with my team, because I think it's important that my team and the people I work with know my goals. Is our team hit a very large goal this year. where we turned elite. Less than 1% of the Beachbody coaches in the industry, there's over 500,000 of us, hit this goal. And this goal represents how many people that our team is changing, how many lives they're changing, how many lives are impacted. It's not Rhonda, it's our team that did this. So this is still my vision and will be my vision every single year. But I want to tell you guys how I'm able to hit that goal, and my team will hit the goal as well. They're all going to be elite as well, is they're going to set these daily tasks and they're going to lead with their heart like they've never led. And I think that when we lead with our heart in any decision that we make, you guys, you're going to crush it. So on this picture frame, so the reason I did this, so I literally, you guys, I just went on, what did I do? Oh my gosh. So I made this so long ago, and again, I'll share a picture with you guys. But what I did is I went onto an app, I think it was Pic Collage, and I chose a background for each of these areas. And it's like a wood background. And I'm going to read them to you guys. And again, I'll share a picture of this. But the very first picture frame up here that I did is strength. The second one is game plan. Then there's a picture of my family. So obviously they are huge. They're why I do everything I do, right? And then the last one is growth. Okay, so I'm going to be changing some of these for this year. I have to change this one, but these two are still going to stay the same because these goals were my goals a while ago. These are my current goals. So I'm going to read these to you guys, and everything I do for 2019 will be brought back to Christ. So what I'm doing is every single thing that I put up somewhere is going to have scripture that's brought to it, so that I'm constantly going, okay, where is my focus? Right? Because so many times it's like just go, 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 but we forget to hand all of our strengths, all of our weaknesses, all of our growth over to him first. So the one area that I want to work on the most to be able to hit these goals. So here's the thing I want a team that hits elite. I want to grow my marriage and travel and be able to go places with my kids and be able to afford to take them places and be able to have more freedom and have that life balance. So for me, it's going to take these daily aspects with my vision board to make them happen. So strength is my very first one. And what I have for the scripture underneath it, and again, I'll share this in all the groups, it says, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. So I have that as my actual scripture up top, but I want to show you how cool this is. So what I did is with my phone, I literally did all of this on my phone a couple years ago, you guys. I did a little dot and it says personal development. Second one is Bible study. And then the third one is my girls share something with them you love about them. So I want to share something with the girls I love about them each day. So this is things that are going to strengthen me, you guys. And then my fourth one is my husband, share something with him that you love about him today. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to grab an expo marker. You're going to hang this on your wall or however you want to do this. It doesn't have to be a picture frame. It could be a notebook. It can be anything that you basically put sleeves in and each day you kind of cross out. But how many times do you wake up every single day and you don't do any of these things? You don't do personal development. You don't hand it over to God. You don't tell something about your kid that you love them. And why is this important? Because this is going to get you to your daily goal and it's going to help you change your mindset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little chalk marker I have here. And as I do them, I'm going to cross them off on my board so that every single day I have a new clear board and I can go through, because you guys, raise a hand. How many of you guys, how great does it feel to have check marks next to something? I know some of you guys are that way, right? You're like, check, check, yeah. My husband has this on his phone. He's like, boom, boom, boom. And he just deletes, right? And it makes him feel so good to be like, oh my God, my checklist is gone. So this could be something on your phone you do. I found for me, because I do spend most of the time at home, maybe yours could be at the office, wherever you are, and you have like these sleeves where you have this, and you have this expo marker that you put through, and every single day you have the check marks on those sleeves. So again, the first one is strength. You guys, if you watch me on Instagram stories, you watch every day. I do personal development. I do my Bible studies. And these are two things I'm probably slacking on. Telling my little girls and my husband something every single day I love about them. How easy is that to do? Maybe you have a friend, a mom, maybe your kids, maybe somebody at work. You could say every day how much you appreciate somebody. You don't have to be married or any situation, but this is going to help strengthen me because your mindset is where 2019 needs to go. The other thing, you guys, is we have to have a game plan every single day. I hate this light is like, here we go. Is that better? Okay, let's see. You have to have a game plan every single day. And having a game plan means that you have to be very strategic about what you're going to do to be able to hit your goals for the day. And if you don't take care of yourself, you guys, how do you expect to take care of others? You want to be able to have more time with your family. Guess what you need to do? You need to work out so you can have more energy. You want to have more financial freedom. Guess what? You got to take care of yourself first. Everything we do has to be self first so that we can take care of the other one. So this one is game plan. Now I have a different scripture. And again, you guys will get a picture of this. It says Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. So my very first little dot here says work out and shake. So after I've done my workout and shake, I'm going to cross this off. And it's going to feel really good to cross that off, okay? And then my second one is share it. Now, if you're a Beachbody coach, maybe some of you guys are not Beachbody coaches and some of you guys are in our challenge groups and you just love being a part of us. But if you are a Beachbody coach, what I'm going to do, did I share that today? Did I share my workout? Did I share my shake? I'm going to cross that off. I did, okay? So I'm going to share that so that way I know that I've done my workout, I've done my shake, and I shared something, okay? And then the last part, it says, the group you spend the most time with will determine your outcome for your goals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 people that I'm going to mark down. So let's write this down, right, for instance, right here. I'm going to write Shonda, Karen, okay, and Marie, and I'm going to write their names right here. And I am going to spend a little bit more time with maybe those people that I want to work with today, okay? So I'm actually not only going to surround myself and do these things, but I'm going to pick 3 people that I'm going to surround myself around so that I'm better. Who are the 3 people right now that you know will benefit you and grow you forward? Maybe it's your upline coach. Maybe it's somebody in the challenge group. Maybe it's somebody that you want to reach out and run a group together. Maybe it's somebody that you want to work out with. Maybe it's somebody that can go to the grocery store with you and help you get the right groceries. I could go on and on. Maybe it's somebody that, you know, in your group is looking for a special move of the day or something that they need, or somebody needs a certain recipe. And you're like, I remember that person. And I'm going to write these 3 names down so that I'm going to surround myself around people that have the same vision as me. And I'm going to move myself forward with a game plan of the people that I'm going to work with today, okay? So for me in my life, now this is now, for instance, say that you are not a coach and you are not in this business, because I know some of you guys are not. What if your mom was on there or your daughter and you finally stopped telling her no and you took her to go get those pair of shoes? Or maybe it was a work person that kept asking you out to lunch and you're like, you kept blowing her off. And then finally you're like, you know what? She is super positive and she's going to move me. And again, this is people that are going to be positive and impact, or you're going to do something great for your family. Okay. 3 people that you can surround yourself around that are not negative Nancy's. Negative Nancy's don't belong on this list. I think there's a season of life for them and it's okay to bless and release. Okay. So then I've got the picture of my family. Then I have my growth goals down here. So my growth goals are going to be specific towards me. My growth goals are going to be printed out and they're going to be very specific and measurable with a deadline. So this is what I think a lot of people do is we have this visual. I want to be able to, and I'm just going to call myself out, okay? When I first became a Beachbody coach, I had a goal that I was like, man, it's actually a really funny story. All my coaches kind of know this, but I really joined for the shake. I really did. I joined because I'm not paying full price for that damn shake. They're crazy. But I know it's going to change my life. So I joined for that. But as soon as I joined as a discount coach, I immediately was like, well, maybe I could help a couple people. If I helped a couple people, would I be able to get my products paid for? Okay, well, how many people would I need to help to get my products paid for? 3 people? I only have to help 3 people, and Rhonda runs the groups for me. And she has everything, and I'm going to inspire and share my tools along the way as well. Okay, 3 people. So I'm going to set a date with a deadline to make that happen. Otherwise, it is just a damn dream and it ain't gonna happen. If you are on my team and you love what you do and you want your products paid for, it is so easy. I did it in the first 9 days of my business with no training, no physical results, nothing. 9 days, I had my products paid for. It took getting uncomfortable, but also putting a date to it. I set a date for the first week. I missed it by 2 days. It's okay. And then I still didn't really work the business. But let's say, for instance, so I'm going to read you my goals down here. These are really old, and I'm going to reprint a new one for you guys. But this one is, so growth. And again, every single time, it's going to come back to scripture. So at the bottom of every single one of these, I'm going to first look up the word growth. This is what I did. I looked up the word growth, and I tried to look for things that really brought growth back to Jesus, because I want to focus on not only growth, but putting him first. Okay. So my goals this year, my vision board is going to look very different than it does here. Very different. I feel like my business is so different than it used to be. But this one is John 15:5. I am the vine. You are the branch. He who abides in me will bear much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. How powerful is that? How incredibly powerful is that? So if you're trying to do something and you're not putting him first, good luck with that, right? That's how I took that. I'm like, oh God, I better put him first, right? So I'm going to read some of these goals. I'm actually going to change some of them because they just don't fit me anymore. And I'm going to reprint new ones this weekend and share in the group with you guys. But I will share this beforehand because I want you guys to go this weekend and have fun and start doing this. So my first little bullet point is, this is so crazy, hit 2-star diamond by February 1st. That's how old this is, right? So we're a 7-star diamond team now. But so 2-star diamond by February 1st. You see I have a deadline to my dates. So maybe some of you guys are brand new coaches and you want to hit emerald. What I would do is say your deadline should be 2 weeks. You should be emerald in 2 weeks. Maybe you're not a coach and you're in our group and you're like, I don't want to work the business. I don't want to do that. Or I don't want to be a working coach, but maybe I could lose some inches or have more energy or fit into these pair of jeans by this date. Do not bring any of it to a weight. I'm up like 3 pounds, you guys. And mainly because yesterday I actually lifted weights pretty good. I did hard labor and I was laughing because I was like, I'm up 2 pounds just from lifting heavier weights. So don't always bring it back to a scale victory. I think that there can be victories in that. But what if you did, and then you could treat yourself to a pair of Lululemon pants or something, but you have a date that you have attached to it. So then for me, at the time, I wanted to hit Success Club 15 by in 30 days. Now my goal is 30, which means I want to help 15 new people per month in my business. So I have to set a date to the fact that I'm going to help 15 new humans every single month. I have to set a date to that. So in 30 days, my next one is, let's see, I'm going to help actually 15 of my coaches hit Success Club because I want you guys to grow and I want you to do it. So my goal is within the next 30 days to get 15 of you guys to help 3 to 5 people so that you can hit your goals. Let's see. One of them was also elite. So I have all these things so I can cross them off as I do it. This one is funny. A 20-year wedding anniversary, pay for a trip. We're actually doing that this year. It's a little late, but we're doing it. We're going to be going to Hawaii, and I can mark that down for this one. And we're going to be celebrating our 22nd wedding anniversary. Buy my family a dream home I have on here. So obviously I'm going to have some different goals. So I'm going to have the growth, a game plan, and then strength. And I'm going to have this where I can hang this. And I'm actually have this here in my office right here. So every day I come in, I can do this, but I also... and I actually have, and I bought these are chalk markers, but you can do expo markers as well. And then you can come into the chalk markers, just do this, and every single day you can redo it. But that way you have an actual visual. And I'm excited to actually write new ones with you guys and do this. But then that way you have this cute little picture frame or however you want to do it. Maybe you have something at work where you can, You can do it in a notebook or of some kind. I have a couple other ways I want to share with you guys, but the one thing that I want you to do today is I want you to write down your strength, a game plan, and growth. And I want you to separate those things. So there is the game plan. What are you going to do every day to be able to get to that long-term goal? So that would be the daily tasks that you're going to do. So your game plan is your daily tasks. So if I have a goal, a fitness goal, or a financial goal, or a ranking goal, I'm going to actually break it down into all the things that I'm going to do each day to make that happen. Okay? So, and if you're on our team, this is so easy. Hey, Miss Karen, this is so easy in the aspect that all you have to do is just mark it off as you go. Okay? And then your growth is going to be your long-term goals. They're going to be your yearly. Like, this is what I'm going to do all year long, and you're going to have a date attached to them with a deadline. Okay, you've got to have deadlines. And then your strength, these are the things that are going to make you stronger every single day. You're going to literally cross off your daily tasks, personal development, feeding your mind. Maybe you want to grow with the Lord more. I know a lot of us have this huge goal. Like for me, one of my growth goals for the year is going to be able to bring at least a dozen more people to Christ. So what I want you to actually think about is, as much as I've made this, for me personally, a lot about business, it also is brought back to my marriage. It's also brought back to my family. Maybe you have a date that you want to do with your kids every single week. And you have on here a weekly goal to spend 1 hour alone time with each child or something. Maybe have take them on a date and go get them yogurt. And you have that as a weekly or a monthly goal that you can cross off your board. So I want you to think about personal. So my personal is every single day, I'm going to feed my soul. And I'm going to have a game plan for it. But I want you to think about your marriage, your relationships, right? But I also want you to think about business. Maybe you're in a business that you just don't love. And you want to make a game plan. This is what I did, you guys, many years ago. I don't know, 5 years ago, I made a game plan that 6 months into this business, I would quit all my jobs and make Beachbody full time. In order to make that actually possible, I had to have a daily strengthening aspect. I had to have a game plan to make that happen. And if you were on our team call last night, I know it did not get recorded, but one of the things I challenged all of my coaches to do is every time they saw me do an invite on social media, for them to do one as well. Because I think sometimes we get overwhelmed with what does that look like, right? So I challenge all of my personally sponsored coaches and our team's coaches to do that. But what is going to grow you in your business, your growth, a game plan, and strength? I have one other thing I want to share with you guys, and then I want you guys to ask questions as well. I also have, I'm actually going to create my vision board, a lot of it on here. This goes on the wall. I actually have little clips. I'm going to take this down really quick. What is it? Let's put this one right here. It is little clothespins. And so I take little clippings of my goals that I want, and I have this, and I literally got this, you guys. Good old Hobby Lobby, right? And you can make it fun. And you can actually cut out some things and maybe do it with your kids, do it with your team if you have a local team, and you can kind of sit there, maybe with your husband, and say, okay, what is one of the things you want to do this year? And you go and you print off that and you put it on there. And then you have this game plan that every single day you know what to wake up and do. And I'm going to share my new one with you guys. One of the things that I really love doing is writing things down. I know a lot of people use documents and different things, but one of the things when I come in my office each day that I'm really excited for 2019 that I've never done before is actually having a weekly game plan for my team. And so what I'm actually going to start doing as of next week is I have these chalkboards on my wall. And these chalkboards are going to be just broken up into my coaches and who I'm helping so I can cross them off. And so I'm going to show this with you guys. I actually bought all of this stuff at Hobby Lobby. I'm a Hobby Lobby junkie. But check this out. So these are chalkboards, and I literally just grabbed, I have these two that I hung on my wall, and I have people's names on them. And I literally will write down who I'm going to help on what day and when. I've already got Saturday scheduled because I've got calls tomorrow, and I've already got my Sunday scheduled as well. So how does this play for any of you guys? Maybe there's a to-do list and you need it right in your face, because sticky notes are only so good, right? For me, I loved the chalkboard idea because I spend a lot of time in here. Maybe there's a place at work you have where you could hang a chalkboard, and how great it's going to be for me to erase those as I talk to those people and I add new names to it, okay? So I'm also on my second chalkboard, I'm going to write each of the person's goals. So I'm going to sit there. So for instance, I have Candy. I'm having a call with Candy tomorrow. I know she wants her products paid for and she wants to hit Emerald. So I've got that over on the right-hand side. I'm going to help her do that. But then I can sit there and I can cross it off because I've got this chalkboard. For me, this works really well because I do spend a lot of time at home. What I'm also going to do for you guys, and I want to share lots of ideas on this aspect, is maybe you are so mobile. Maybe like an office, like having this just isn't going to work for you. So there were two aspects that work really, really well. I know Karen travels quite a bit. I know a lot of you guys travel quite a bit, is creating that vision board on your cell phone. And I actually have some screensavers that I'm going to share with you guys in our groups. So I actually made my vision board my screensaver, okay? So where it literally has all of the things that I want to accomplish this year. Because you guys, how many of you do not go anywhere without your cell phone? Anybody? Right? And so yet every time it turns on, what if you saw your vision board? Now it's not going to give you tools, obviously, to get to them, but you know what? Every single time you open that phone, it's going to be like, oh, I want to spend more time and have that date with my daughter. That's going to be one of my visions this year. I love, any mom and parents out there, I love spending one-on-one time with each of my girls. It's almost like they're not even the same people. Like, I'm like, oh my God, you are so different without your little sister. Or you are so different without your big sister. So my monthly goal, I may not do it weekly, but my monthly goal is to have a date with each of my girls. That date could include sitting down in my office and coloring in coloring books, whatever they want to do. Does not have to cost money. But I want you guys to look at, maybe it's you and your husband having a date once a month, once a week, every other week. And that's part of your vision board to create that freedom. Maybe it's being really specific about your time management. Time management is huge on your vision board. And this is why, for me personally, this strength and this game plan and this growth is so big, because I want to be able to cross it off as quickly as I can, because I want to spend time with my why. And if I can sit there and cross that off, I'm going to get that much closer to hitting all of my goals. So I'm just going to use an example and just kind of call it what it is. So that way when Rhonda says, did I invite today? Did I do my workout today? Did I do my personal development today? It's on my wall or on your phone, however you want to do it, and you're able to cross it off. And nothing feels better than hitting a daily goal. Because you guys, to get to these goals that you want, you have to start with the growth of your daily activity. Your daily activity gets you to these long-term goals. Doesn't happen overnight, but what are you going to do today? So we had the most amazing team call with my coaches last night. And I don't want to make this so much about that, but I do want to share that the vision, I told them a little bit about my vision. So my team has a lot of really hungry leaders. Like, they are just kicking serious butt. So my number one goal is to be able to grab a hold of all of these leaders. So I've got 2 weeks where my husband is traveling like crazy, and I will be like on calls like this, like crazy. And my number one goal is to get them to just continue to be who they are, to share, not sell, but to be able to continue to motivate and inspire others by being who they are, but being crystal clear on what they have to do to make that happen. And their daily tasks and habits and knowing exactly where they need to go each day is what's going to make that happen. So for me, I'll kind of share a little bit about my goal for the year, you guys. I want more Rhondas in my life. I want more people that love fitness. They love fitness. They're going to do it regardless. Their families, their everything. Maybe they're Christians, and we can grow together spiritually. Fitness is like a no-brainer. They're going to do it, and yet they want to build financial freedom. And so I'm going to be recruiting a ton of new people like that on my team, because I know that if I lead with my heart and I have this game plan of who I'm bringing into my life with those crossing them off every single day, and I wake up and I go, did I do this? Did I do that? Then I know that I will hit every goal that I'm going to hit. So I want you guys to ask some questions. I know this is definitely, the vision boards are so much fun to make. Like I said, we're going to make those in the group this week, and we're going to all share them. I'm going to share these with you guys. I'm going to revamp mine, and we're going to have so much fun doing it. But I want you guys to be really clear. Maybe there's something you want to add. Maybe you want to find something that works for you. I'm actually ordering some stuff, and I'm going to be sharing a ton in the new challenge group that starts on Monday. But I wanted you guys to be able to ask questions and maybe share some of your visions and see if you have questions or you want to ask. Anybody? Let me get your guys' picture because y'all are so beautiful. Y'all are so beautiful, so make sure you smile. Okay, so how many of you guys are going to be doing like this growth vision board thing here? Any of you guys? Any of you guys have anything you would add to it? I'm asking Shonda. Did you get it, Shonda? It's not working. Here, let me see if I can unmute you. It's not let. Oh, there you go. Hey, girl.
Hey, what's up? So anyway, after last night's call, I just decided I have to revamp even all my goals because they weren't even big enough, weren't even great enough. But I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby because what I'm going to do is just get one of those big cork boards and then just kind of color it and put each individual one of those up, but put all the tasks on there and all the pictures. Because I'm very visual. So I'm going to do all that.
I love the corkboard idea. My girls have that in their room, and it is so amazing. And it's so much fun to get because you can sit there and kind of put the cork and put your vision, and then how great to take them down and put new ones up.
Yep.
I love that, Shonda. It's so awesome. I'm excited. Share when you do it. I think it's so much fun. Like, I've had so much fun. Like, when I saw these chalkboards at Hobby Lobby, it was so funny. They were totally on sale, and I was like, oh, I would have bought like 7 of them if I could. I was like, oh my God, I can do all kinds of stuff. And I can, because every single day I work with so many people. And it's like, how am I supposed to know who I'm working with, who needs what, like what? And paper's great, but then they get all over the house, and then you get the sticky notes, and then you're like, but yet Shonda, you've got a cork board. You've got the chalkboard. You're like, boom, it's right here. Whatever it might be. And whether, like, I know Julie works in an office, maybe she has like a little, cork board she can put up and kind of be like, boom, 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 don't eat like a dog, right? Like, I'm just saying that, like, that was one of my goals for so long. I literally, now that my kids are older, I'm not as bad, but when my kids were little, I finished all of their plates every day. I'd be like, oh, it didn't count. And I literally, one of my New Year's resolutions like 3 years ago was like, don't eat like a dog. And it was on my vision board because I would not stop eating after my kids. So I love it, Shonda. You'll have to share pictures of that. Anybody else want to share maybe something that might work better? I love the cork board idea. Anybody else have? And some of you guys, where's it at?
Rhonda, I have a question when you're done.
Yes.
So on each of the areas, the growth, sorry, I'm chewing a beach bar.
You're good.
The growth, family, strength, and game plan. Do you break it down with personal, family, and business on each individual subheading?
So I actually have it all mixed together. You could totally do 2 different entities. I have everything kind of mixed because it all kind of is part of what I do. So for instance, I've got like I've got 2-star diamonds. So I'm obviously going to change that. My goal will be to hit 10-star diamond this year. And then 15 coaches, hitting Success Club. I'm going to keep that. I love that. Success Club 30. I like that. I want elite, but I want 5 coaches to hit elite as well with me. I'm going to write my anniversary goals with my husband. I'm going to write down my weekly goals with my husband and my daughter. It's all going to be on the growth area, because these things are going to help me to remember they're all year. They're not just daily. They're almost like an all year plan, right? So, and then I'm going to have deadlines for the actual, so when I have like the 10-star, or I have, 2 coaches I want to rank advanced by February 1st, that will always be my goal, because that's a no-brainer. It's like the easiest time of the year. Everybody wants to get fit, wants to have that game plan. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to have a deadline to that. But they're going to be more like the all year kind of with, growth with my family, my business, all of it. You can do 2 separate ones. I just would need more than 1 picture frame. But yeah, you can do it however you'd like. If you guys are really struggling with maybe personal, or maybe you're struggling with business, or maybe your mindset, all of us have something that maybe is overtaking the other. For me, it's really everything. It's all of them. I want to make sure that my family, my business, my personal life is all kind of on that same page. Like they all kind of.
Yeah, and I think that's what I was saying. So you put these 3, the personal, family, business, all into one of those.
Yes.
Like on all of them.
Yeah, except for my game plan. My game plan is all business. Game plan is all business, because it's like kind of like workout, shake, share. What are the 3 people I'm going to kind of spend the most time with today? Like, what's that going to look like? But over here, it is, because so much of this business, which I love that so much of it is growing our minds. So like this over here, obviously personal development, Bible study, it's kind of personal, but it's also part of our business, right? We're taught to do that. And then having my girls share something that that I love about them, telling them something I love about them, and that I ask them to do as well. Something that I'm going to add to my vision board, and I think is so great, you guys, is, and I'm not sure how I would do it, but it's something that I do with my girls, and I've done with them ever since they were very little. I've done with my coaches as well. I learned this very early on in the business, but when I go to bed at night, I will go to the girls and I'll say, all right, tell me 3 sparkles today, and 1 could have done better. And we go to bed and they talk about 3 things that just made them really happy today. And then we talk about 1 thing we could have done better. And I think even in our business, how great to even have that up on the chalkboard, or in your personal life, right? Like maybe you ate, I'm just bringing it back to food because that's me lately. Maybe you ate a lot of Reese's peanut butter cups and you're like, yeah, I could have done better on that. So tomorrow I'm going to do better. But these are my 3 sparkles. I got my workout in. I got my personal development in. I went on a date with my husband. I got this project done, whatever it might be. I got the loads of laundry done, whatever. It makes you feel good to kind of go, I have 3 sparkles and 1 could have done better. I don't like to say bad or something that sucked, because some people will say like 1 thing I have to work on I'm not good at. No, 1 thing you could have done better at, because we can always do better, right? But 3 things to focus on that you were like, I did this, I did that. And it feels so good to write it out, and maybe even do this with your children each day, or friends of you before you leave.
So, yeah, so we actually do that, well, during dinner, we call it high-low.
Yes.
The high-low game. So we'll go around the table and play high-low. It's not like we sucked at it, but it's just a lower point in the day,
I love it. I love it. I think it's important. I think that we have all these visions and goals, but I think what really comes down to, you guys, as we go into 2019 is, what are we doing daily? What are we doing weekly? What are we doing monthly? What are we doing quarterly to get to these long-term goals? Because I think everybody every year is like, I want, better finances. I want to get out of debt. I want to spend more time with my husband. I want to be able to, love myself more. But those daily tasks are going to actually get you to those long-term goals. And when people always say, how do you paint that vision? I'm like, you have it around you everywhere, and you surround yourself with people doing the same thing. So I'm really pumped to watch you guys kind of share. I want you guys to go and get something. I want to share something really, really quick with you guys. It normally is right by my desk, and it's not, but let's say you are listening to the recording, or I shared all this with you and you're like, none of that works for me. I don't want picture frames. I've got enough crap in my house. I don't want it. That's okay. What if you went and bought a binder, and you actually had where you could do an expo marker and have your checklist off your binder on the very front page? What if you did that and then you opened it up and you did the same categories? You did sleeves. This is my business one, right? And you had, look at my daughter. She is so cute. They create the cutest things for me. They printed that off for me. But what if you did that and you did the same thing we just did, but in a binder that you could travel with or that you could have with you anywhere you went? So I think there's so many ways that we can make this vision crystal clear and go after it. And that way we can hit these daily goals, so we hit these long-term ones. Hey, Miss Kendra. And let's see, Emily, your words are everything. Don't say it if you don't want to believe it. Amen to that, Emily, right? Like you guys saw that video I shared with Shanti in the group this week. It was like, what you say out loud is what you will reap. So what are you going to make this year? And then what I want, the very last thing, okay, and there is homework in this because I love you guys and I want to make sure you're doing this. I want you to share in the challenge group. I want you to share in the coach group what you're going to do. I want a visual when you're going shopping. If you're walking to Hobby Lobby, I want to know where you're going and where you get it and what's working for you. Because I think that a lot of us can help each other. These are my ideas. You have even good ones too. We all have great ones. But one thing that I want you to do that I haven't shared is I want you to pick one word that is going to dictate your year. What's it going to be? Right? So think of one word that's going to actually be, and that word, I want that to be a headline, right? A headline to all of your stuff. Maybe you can make that word, you know, maybe it's the word believe or blessed or achieve or go-getter or badass, whatever it is, the word that you choose, have that as a headline to all of your stuff. So every day you wake up, you're like, yes. Maybe it's something you already feel really strong in and it makes you feel really good. Maybe it's something that you know that you have to grow in, and that word is literally your motto this year. But whatever it is, choose a word. We did this at leadership. I went to a 2-star diamond and above leadership group in Las Vegas this last year. And Carl Deichler sat there and he was like, pick one word to dictate your year. What will it be? What's that word going to be? So I want you guys to share that one word in the challenge group. I want you to share your visions that you're painting. I'm going to be working on this weekend. And so I'll be sharing a lot of this in the group. I'm going to, of course, grab the visuals and share those in the group right away with you guys, though. I want to share them right away so you can kind of see what it looks like. My vision and my printouts are going to be so different now. I laugh because I'll be honest with you guys, before we end this call, I want you guys to obviously ask questions before we go, but where do you need the most growth this year? Where is the wall that you keep hitting? For me, I'll tell you, when I wrote this vision board, a couple years ago, the wall that I was hitting is I was running with helping as many people as I could. I completely changed that vision. I don't really care so much about helping as many people as having the right people. The people that get me, that love me for who I am, and I'm doing it for so much more than building a team. I want a family. I want people that love Christ. Not everybody has to be a Christian on my team, but I want people like me. And so when I go into a brand new year, my vision is, I look at this vision board and it's awesome, but you know what's even cooler? I'm not that person anymore. That's not important to me. Those things are going to happen if I actually put out into the universe the person that I am, who God has created me to be, and I talk about who I want and who's coming with me. I am crystal clear who I am, where I'm going. I have tons of growth to do, but who I am, where I'm going, and who's coming with me. The person I want to work with is just like me. They love this. They'll do it regardless. They love Jesus. They know that they're going to lose the weight, but they're putting the Lord at the center of their life, right? Or maybe they want to put the Lord at the center of their life. Maybe they're going through a hard time in their marriage or finances, and they're like, man, I need that support. And I'm willing to work hard at that. I want those people that want that vision, and they will never settle. Never. I'm never done. I cannot wait to look at my vision board as I change this. And in 2 years, look at it again and go, oh, that girl was lost. Because I want to keep growing and growing. And the moment that you become unteachable, listen to this really quick. I read this once. I don't even know when. I don't know when it was. I think I was working with Scott Bushy, Shonda, when I read this. The moment that you become unteachable is the moment that you are no longer a value to yourself or anybody around you. Never think you know it all. You guys, I constantly want to learn. I don't know everything, but I'm going to continue to hunt and look for it and do it for the right reasons. You will grow an amazing business. You will get the body that you want. You will get the family. You will get all of those things you want if you do it with the right intentions. Okay? How are you doing it? Why are you doing it? And what are you doing it for? So as you go through this vision board, I want you to be specific and measurable and have deadlines to your goals. Okay? Because that vision that you're going to paint is really cool. How do we get there? Okay? So I hope this was helpful. Does anybody want to unmute their line and share anything, add anything before we go? We're about 45 minutes in. Kendra.
Hey, Miss Rhonda. Okay, so I thought I was done, and now I got to find a word. Thanks a lot. That's a lot of work. So
great and powerful, though.
I'm like, dang, I got to find a cool word.
What's going to be your word this year?
I don't know, but like last year it was badass, so I got to come in strong. I got to come in with a good word because I don't like cheesy words. I got to come in with something good. Yeah. But I'm like Shonda. I'm glad we're going to be roomies because I can't wait to pick her brain this summer because we're so alike. I'm very visual. So I did like the cork board thing.
Love it.
And it has like everything that I want to achieve. But then my goals are like, they're on the piece of paper underneath it. And then I need to set deadlines. So that's what this call did for me. I got to find a word and I got to set deadlines. I'm really bad about setting deadlines. I'm kind of like, I want to do that this year.
Yes.
So I have to start setting deadlines.
I'm so excited to see you crush it. I mean, honestly, one of the most powerful things about since I've become a coach that has really allowed me to grow as a person and be able to attract you badasses is having a deadline to my goal. It's so easy to put that goal out there, but who's going to hold you accountable?
Yeah.
Date. So if you share this in the group, we're going to be like, oh, well, Shonda said that she's going to, hit this goal by February. So we're going to, and here's the thing, never shortchange yourself. Shonda, I love what you shared. On last night's team call, she talked about, you talked about right away on this call that you realized that you weren't pushing yourself enough. So when I share my vision board with you guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. My vision is going to be damn scary. It's going to be big. And if I don't hit it, I'm not going to beat myself up. But there is no way I'm not putting 10 Star Diamond on there. There's no way. Absolutely.
That's what I was going to say too, is my biggest thing until I met you was making goals that I knew I could reach.
Yes.
Which is kind of the cheap, easy way to get out of it when you say, oh, I want to hit this by this certain amount of time, and you can do it. And then the best month I had was when I was sitting in the back of my car last summer and you said, well, that's just not big enough. You need to hit 10 by next Thursday. And I was like, how am I going to do that? And then I did. It was funny because I did it.
You did.
That was the first time I ever hit SC10 was when you said, that's not big enough. By next Thursday, call me. I want you to have this. So setting big goals is huge.
It really, really is. And I have to tell you guys, Shonda, I did the same thing to you that happened to me. I had my upline's husband at the time's coach, or husband at the time, basically said, excuse me, you're going to help 3 people all month? You have 30 days and you're going to help 3 people? I was like, I don't think so. I was like, 3? You run a grow business and you're going to help 3 people this month? He's like, I call bullcrap to that. You're going to help 3 people by the 5th and you're going to help 5 people by the 10th. And I was like, okay. And I did. And I've never not hit it. I was only in this business about 8 months. And I never, ever had hit that goal until he was like, So I'm going to push you guys the same way, whether you're in this business or not. There is nothing more. I cannot imagine my life without all of you guys. And if I wouldn't have pushed myself to be who I already am and stretch myself in those goals, you guys, there is nothing. I mean, what a disservice you're going to do to yourself if you do exactly what Kendra just said. I love what you shared, Kendra. You said, you would set goals for the year that you knew you would achieve. Oh my God, that's so boring. That's so boring. The whole world does that. The whole world. But are you going to have your vision board be a little scary? Because guess what, you guys? My vision board is going to be damn scary. When you watch me write my goals for the year, they are not going to be little. They are going to be big, and they are going to stretch me. But when I wake up every single day, I'm going to see that vision, and I'm going to see that board and be like, oh yeah, I've got 20 coaches I need to help change lives. So I'm going to change lives, but I'm going to help 20 of my members do the same thing I'm doing. That means I know exactly what I've got to do. I've got to have phone calls with them. I've got to have team calls. I've got to sit there and have group calls. I've got to sit there and help them. I'm going to make YouTube videos for them. I'm going to be crystal clear, and I'm going to call them out on their bullshit. And I'm going to tell them how to do it, right? I'm not going to buttercup it. We're going to work together, but we're going to do it because we love it and we know that we're going to make a difference, and we want to scare ourselves and push each other. So you guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. Kendra, I'm glad you shared that. Shonda, thank you so much. You guys, is your vision board just getting by? Or are you going to push yourself to be the best that you can be? Because there is not a single goal that I have ever put on my vision board. In fact, when I look at this now, I laugh because I'm like, I could do better than that. Because I'm doing it for the right reasons. And I truly know that if my vision board is just a little hard, then I'm going to get little hard results. But if I make it really, really tough, I'm going to get huge blessings. And if you don't hit, here's the one thing people do is they don't hit their vision board. They don't do this because what if I don't hit it? But darling, what if you do? And I want to tell you guys something. A couple years ago, I didn't hit a goal by 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I was devastated. I remember I had this specific goal I had to hit to be able to go on this free trip with my business and to be able to be recognized. It's actually funny. I don't do anything for the trips. I do things for recognition because I like recognition more than money or whatever. Like, I'm like, I just love what I do, and just tell me I'm fabulous and to tell me I'm doing a great job and I'm changing lots of lives and making them healthy and happy. That's all I care about. And then the money will come. But the thing that happens, you guys, when I didn't hit that goal that year, I had a poopy pants moment, but you know what was really cool? That pushing those months to slightly miss that goal only grew my business further, only brought the more right people into my life. So I don't want you to look about, are you not going to achieve it? But what are you going to not achieve if you don't push yourself? So don't look at that end game result. Look at how you're going to grow. So if you don't hit a goal, how much did you grow while you were trying to hit it? Okay. So I've been in this business 6 years. And out of those 6 years, there's 3 crazy major goals I've gone after, and I've only hit them 3 times in 6 years. It means every other year I'm not really how it worked, but you know what I mean? So think about it. It's okay. But I grew. And I look at this vision board now and I'm like, I'm thankful I'm not that old, right? So Emily said, Rhonda, is your love language words? It is affirmation, yes, right? Word to affirmation, big time. You can buy me anything you want, but just tell me how great I am. And then my husband, he's like, just touch me and rub me again and rub me some more and rub. Hey, are you done rubbing? That's my husband. So we all have it, and you have to know it. Okay, and know your team's love languages. Know the people that you work with around them. Know their love languages. And have fun this year, you guys. I hope this was helpful. It's a lot of information. It's very difficult to try to break down a vision board. But you know what's going to be really cool is to watch you guys, the things you share. What you come up with, how you stretch yourself, the deadlines you put to yourself, sharing where you're getting it and what you're doing. And I can't wait to learn from each one of you guys. And then grab the tools that you're sharing as well and apply them to my life, okay? Diana says, great presentation. Thank you so much, girl. I'm so glad you could be on. I love you guys. I'm gonna put the recording in the group and then the visuals today and then this weekend. Let's work on sharing all of this. We will be transitioning into a new group. If you're in the new group, we'll be transitioning over the weekend. Not today, because it's insane, but over the weekend, okay? So I love you guys. Let's make 2019 amazing. Push yourself. Challenge yourself. Let's grow, okay? Bye, everybody.